Okay, real quick. This was quite confident move, and I've been feeling quite unconfident, so I just wanted to talk about this move real quick. So, um, at first glance, it's nothing crazy, right? But I'm gonna back it up and just um show what I saw. Also, I tried to. I was looking at this, which was my initial checklist, and then I was like, okay, let me make one suited for AMD stuff. And then I literally went to make a checklist, and it's exactly the same. I just I just added higher time frame PDRA into this, but AMD is still the golden ticket. I think it's just finding genuine ones. So I'm just gonna go through this. Okay, let me just delete everything. So on a daily, I saw that the draw on liquidity was higher, and I did just take a short. So I'm gonna explain why I took a short. So the draw was there, and now straight away I'm searching for like AMDs. I'm searching for accumulations, and then I see one here, right? But I noticed that we'd accumulated here, took this high, and then took this low. So that already said to me that this was no longer an accumulation because we'd done everything that it needed to do. There's the low, there's the high. Then we took the high and then took the low. So, well, the easiest low. So then we started coming up. So I was like, okay, cool. So the draw is going to be here. Alright, I dropped again. I don't remember what time frame I was on now. Oh yeah, okay. So ignore this big red candle here. So to start with, I was like, okay, cool. We're in this. So I was looking on the one. I was like, okay, we've got an accumulation here. This accumulation is here on this time frame. So I was like, okay, if we could come below this and then push higher, then I'll take it because it's accumulation in the direction of what I think is the draw on liquidity. I noticed that on the 30 minute, I think it was, around this area of accumulation, we'd come down and respected this part of part of a fair value gap. So I was like, cool, we're gonna go higher off of that. And then it's just seeing that there's an accumulation happening, but then waiting for it to go in the direction that you want it to go in. Whereas, like, I think later on in my trading, I was like seeing accumulation and just letting that the direction of it dictate it. So, like, for example, I would see that and then go, oh, okay, this is a short move because the accumulation, but actually it's not because you it's not the accumulation that tells you the bias. You need the bias and then the accumulation to line up with the bias, which makes it a high time frame, high um, high quality move. Anyway, I thought it was over. I thought, okay, really, we're gonna take this high. We're taking the thingy, and then suddenly we start dumping. So I'm like, okay, what's next? And then I see. I don't think you can see it on this, but we made equal lows. Look, so here, look, you can see on the left side when I highlight here, but we pretty much equal lows to this. And I was like, with a massive candle like that, we've got to take them equal lows like before going higher again. Like it was such an obvious draw on liquidity. So I was like, okay, cool. If I see an accumulation, then I'm gonna take it. Saw one here, which made it go higher, but again, um, well, this is just such a tiny one that you couldn't really take this. Look, it accumulated here, took the low, took the high, and then we pushed higher. And then I noticed this, and this seems like really insignificant, but with the context of everything else, it was a lot more significant than meets the eye, like from just having a quick look at it. Um, we took the high, which was good. We didn't take the low first, which would have been a bit invalid. Took the high, made a massive, massive fair value gap. Made this inversed it. Then that was my trade. I jumped in here, took that, stop above the high. I think I do need to start adding like a couple of 0.2 pips or whatever, just for a bit of wiggle room. And then I just target the 1-to-1, but really you could have targeted that, the draw on liquidity. So it's the thing I was forgetting to do was line up the draw on liquidity with the AMD move. Like, that was when my trading was good. I was doing that and I was being patient enough to wait if something didn't line up. Whereas like later on, my bad trading was just being impatient and waiting for that, like this move to dictate the direction. Where I think that's where I started to go wrong, basically. But it's also just looking for valid accumulations as well, because even though this is such a tiny little thing, look, it is accumulating. Look, we're kind of trapped. We're not going anywhere. It's the same with, like, that's not one because we're slowly moving it off. It's not what I'm looking for. That is one. But then the manipulation, or what I hoped was the manipulation, wasn't in the direction that I was looking for it. Like, for example, at that point, the draw's here, so there's no way I'm going to short this. It was only once that got took, it was like, okay, where's the new draw? And I think that's it, just constantly reassessing the bias. But the draw and liquidity needs to be clear. Like, we need a clear draw and liquidity, and then a clear accumulation, manipulation, distribution set off. And then that's when we're taking the trade. So I'm going to see if we can find another and just do that same thing again. So daily I still think is higher. I still think that's the target on the daily. Same on the 4, I think that's the target. I think we're just coming a bit lower. 1 hour. And I feel like these are just directions. Like, drawing liquidity, I think Dodgy said it the other day when I was watching his videos, is like, really bias and drawing liquidity are two different things, even though I sometimes think they're the same thing, but they're not. Like, bias is your whole daily overall drawing liquidity, whereas you can have lower time frame drawing liquidities, like 15-minute should be really the drawing liquidity that we're using. Like, where we going, like, where's the next place we're going, basically. So for example, here we're bouncing off a higher time frame gap. So again, like, it's first using these PD arrays to dictate where we're going, seeing the reaction of these PD arrays, and then going, okay, where's next? So for example, this could like, you could argue that this is an accumulation, but to me it's not. When I'm actually looking for a clear accumulation, it's not, because we're making lower highs and lower lows, even though they're wicks. So it's like, we're not actually trapping price. So we're just waiting then, seeing how stuff reacts. Look, we're still looking like we're going lower. Okay, looking like we might go higher now. So, drop into these time frames. Okay, we're respecting the 15 and the 5. We had a little accumulation here, look, from there to there. But now it's like, okay, I'm not going to let the accumulation dictate my move. I'm going to let the draw and liquidity dictate the move, and then hope that I can find an accumulation that lines up with it. And then that's where we're going to get a higher probability move. Here, not really an accumulation, because no, equal lows, and we just took that high as well, so it's still nothing. This looks like something. Looking like we're slowing down a bit as well. So this could be worth taking if we get the manipulation in the right direction, which we don't. So just keep it moving. Look, I'm not gonna try and short that now. That'd be silly. Again, alright, we've got a small little accumulation here. Is it? I'd say no, because we've made that high, and then yeah, no, I'll leave that one out. And it's really when I know straight away whether I feel confident about something or not. So it's just like not overthinking it really. This might be a little short. I'm guessing these lows are gonna get taken now. Okay, they didn't get taken. Again, this looks like it wants to be an accumulation, but I don't trust it because we made lower lows, and the first thing that went was the high, and we just took the lows, so it's not for me that. Okay, it did end up going. On the 5, to be fair, on the 5, nah, I'm still happy to say that like that doesn't feel like a strong, confident accumulation, so there's no need to take it. I think that's it, just being patient with this stuff. I do want to try and take one trade while I'm talking about it. I've just missed a bit of price action now, actually. This looked like it could have been cool. Let's see where that would have been on this. I was here. Okay, that was really nice, but there would have been no way of getting in that. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Check the daily again. Oh shit, wrong thingy. Okay, daily still same targets. 4 hours still the same targets. However, it looks like we do have a little accumulation and manipulation thing going on here. So that low could be next. We might be looking at shorts at the moment. Yeah, we really might be just looking at some short moves. Okay, let's see if we can get anything that lines up with that on the lower time frames. We're looking to take this low. Yeah, this looks good. Looking to take all these lows here. But yeah, I do think this has been my problem this whole time, like just finding valid moves. It's easy to just let things go and be like, oh, that looks like an accumulation and I want it to be an accumulation so I can take a trade, but it's not worth taking if it doesn't feel confident. Nothing for me there. Alright, this looks like we could have a little accumulation. Oh no, we broke the low. Okay, we did take that low. Still nothing for me really. I want to start seeing price slow down, but I don't think we're gonna. Oh, we got a little baby one there. Depends if how we react off of this. Didn't really want to see that come higher, so I wouldn't really get in this now. And now we've got some equal highs there, so I don't think that's a safe move to get in on. Okay, we did go off it. Okay, looks like another one. Silly news, Kendall. It's gotta be news. Still nothing really. No trades. But that's okay. We're not forcing. We don't need to force them. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep going just in case we never find a trade. But this is what I'm saying. Just take ones that feel confident, and if there's something wrong with it, just don't take it. If there's a reason not to take it, just don't take it. But look at that, for example, just look and finding those clear accumulations, manipulation, stuff that lines up and makes sense. Look, that's hit. Look, took that high there, and we hit. Realistically, could have took a longer move there. After that, I could have dropped to, I don't know, waiting for this gap to get inverted here. One of these, or this one. I don't know any of them, but yeah.